こんにちは、チャートマスターの根崎ゆきです。4月3日水曜日のセッションリキャップ取っていきたいと思います。よろしくお願いします。今日はチャートマスターの設立記念日で、あと私の結婚記念日でして、結婚はこれで3年目ですかね。で、チャートマスターは丸8年になったんですかね。どうもありがとうございます。これから10年、20年、50年とやっていきたいと思いますので、よろしくお願いします。それでは始めていきましょう。
This session recap for the 2nd of April, Michael Anthony's birthday. So, let's take a look at the euro. We are interested in the euro. On the break of this bear flag, this target's already been taken out, so our next target is here. The overall target is the day chart bottom. So break of the bear flag below the 2800, we're looking for a trade down to 2731. A break of the 2731, we're looking to go to 2662.Moving our stop at the 2700 line.
ユーロドルです。60分チャート。ベアフラッグができていて、ブレイクしたら売っていきたい。2731。まずここまで、2731まで。その次に2700でストップ下げて、2662まで行きたいねと。
That's one. Pound dollar. Pound dollar has taken the break to the downside, as you can see right here.And we're looking for it to continue to the downside. Let's take this up to a 240, and we can see if we do not break this support, then it could be a false breakout, and we could continue up and we'll stay.
ポンドドル240分チャートです。で、フラッグというかチャンネルラインを下にブレイクしてきてます。でもこのサポートを抜けてこない場合は、これがフォルスブレイクアウト、騙しのブレイクアウトでまたコンティニューティアップサイド、上の方へ行くと思いますと。
We would have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, if that happens. Alright, now, if we get the break here, however, and take the support out, we still got to deal with this 5100 bottom right here. Alright, so the better trade is below the 5100. Even though it breaks here, that proves we're going to go down.
5100 と 1.5100 を抜けてきたらトレードしたいよねと。
They'll hit the 5100, pull it back up, and then go. Alright, and this is our first target, which is 5061. Our second target is here. So we want to take that trade below 5100, and then we want to take the trade below 5061 right here, down to the day chart bottom.
5100の下でエントリー、そして5061でエントリーですね。の2つでエントリーしていきたいねと。
So, CAD dollar.CAD, we're looking for it to continue the downside. We've pulled up pretty hard. That's a pretty strong close and reverse by the big boys. They may be done with the downside movement here. Alright, so one more move to the downside and we would have a head and shoulders, and we're looking for this breakout. If that occurs,
ドルカナダ240分です。で、今ここツインキャンドル出てますと。っていうことはもうビッグボーイズはもう売りはおしまいにしていると思いますと。なので上がってきている。でも、one more move to the downside。もう一つ下に下がってくるとヘッド&ショルダーで上に行くんじゃないかなと。
We can begin the process of redoing the trend, but we got to get another bottom in here, and that's still a working trend. So they come up here, pull it down, turn, and now we have a working trend to the upside. All right. So we'll see what happens with that. CAD. All right.Swissy is holding its head up. All right, so I believe, which means nothing, that they're waiting till they quit selling dollars and start buying dollars, and we're looking for this. But in the meantime, we're still inside a wedge. There's nothing for us to do. If they do continue the downside and they break out of the bottom, we're looking to go down here, all right, down to 93.
ドルフランです。ドルフランは今ウェッジにあって、I believe that means nothing 来たんですけど、僕はすごく思いますと。でもそんなの全く意味ないんですけどみたいなことを言っていて、ウェッジにあって上に抜けてきたら、次のターゲットまで、で下に抜けてきたら次のサポートまで見ていますと。
34. So, we're interested in the buy above 95.40, and we're looking at the sell below the 93.70. So pull it down here and flip it over. There. We're in no man's land right now.Dollar yen, if this ends up not being the bottom and it ends up being nothing more than a bear flag, we're going to trade the bear flag break, all right, which will happen about 93.30, right up here, there. And we're gonna flip this over. 93.30 on the break of the bear flag. We're going to trade it, and below the 9300, we're going to add to our position down to 92.18. If this ends up being the bottom, which it very well could be, they're going to make one more move. So you got to be careful of the down move. If it doesn't materialize, you're going to move your stop quickly here because it could do this, which would then become a head and shoulder. And this would be
ドル円です。ドル円はヘッド&ショルダー、その前にベアフラッグで売っていきたいよねと。ベアフラッグの、ブレイクで売っていきたい。で、気をつけなくちゃいけないのは、ブレイクした後すぐストップをこう下げてこないと、まあ、このようにヘッド&ショルダーになる可能性ありますよねと。で、これ売りのサイン来てましたけど、93円30銭より下で、まあ、それで狙っていきたいよねと。
the break of the neckline then. All right? So watch that. Aussie dollar. Aussie is in an uptrend now, and it's very shallow, but they are keeping their head up. They're going sideways. All right? Sideways move is a rectangle, which tells us we're going to try to make this trade. So we're going to make it above 104.69 up to 104.91, and that's trade 1. Trade 2 is above it right here, which is the real trade, up to 105.24. So trade 1.
OG ドルです。60分チャート。これトレードアラート来てました。9時半、今、9時ですけども、9時半にニュースがあって、もしこれで、下がってくるようだったら売りましょうっていうサイン来てました。でも今レクタングルになってて、これ上に抜けてきたら買いですよねと。で、1つ目、2つ目っていう風に 1.50、1.0524 とかまでの買いのサインが来てたんですけど、もし、そのニュース、貿易収支があるんですけど、まあ、これで下がってくるようだったら売りましょう。で、何も動かないようだったら買いで見ていきましょうっていうようなサインが来てました。
1 and trade 2. How do we trade that? 1/3 of our lots here, 2/3 of our lots here. All right. Euro yen. Euro yen, it comes up to here, and we don't know. This could be the bottom. Very well could be the bottom. You can see there's bottoms over here, there's bottoms here. This could be the bottom, and they're trying to make the move all the way up here. Once again, any move to the upside, and they come up this high, pull back down and go, and then we would have our head and shoulders over here, inverse head and shoulders for a move up into this area here. If that does not happen and they break to the downside, this line holds right here, we're going to look for the trade down to 118.67. All right.
ユーロ円このまま支えられるようだったら下180.07 118円07銭までですね。上にブレイクしてくるようだったらレジスタンスターゲットを取っていくでしょうと。
Alright, Euro yen, pound yen I should say, we're waiting for the break of this bear flag right here. Let me draw the other half of this thing. So we have a bear flag, which is a selling sign, not a buying sign. But the candles are going up. Alright, same thing here. We could put a little break down below here and pop, and we'd have a head and shoulders, inverse head and shoulders here also. A clean break of this bear flag, we're looking to come down to here and possibly all the way down to here. Trade 1.
ポンド円です。ポンド円ベアフラッグできてます。これブレイクしてきたら1つ目ここ、2つ目その下っていう風に取っていきたいんですけど、また同じようにこれブレイクしてきても上がってきてポップアップしてきたら、ヘッド&ショルダーになるのでそれを気をつけていきたいねと。
And trade 2. So the first trade would be the break of the bear flag down to 140.72. Second trade would be down to 140.02 or basically 140. All right. If that happens, all right. If not, and that is the bottom, we'll watch it go all the way across the desert, and then we'll look for it up there. New Zealand keeping its head up. We got a rectangle. Actually, we're now building a bear flag, so it's a bull flag, I should say. It was a rectangle earlier, now it's a bull flag. So we got a bull flag, which is a buying sign. All right. So buying signs mean we do not sell it. But the candles are going down, man. Yep, we got a very, very small bull flag here. A break to the upside of the bull flag and about 84.43. We're going to be very interested in this trade. So we'll pull this down.
9ドルです。ベアフラッグ、ブルフラッグできてます。とてもちっちゃいブルフラッグですけども、抜けてくるようだったら84.43。84.43 でしたっけね。73でしたっけね。まあ、84このトップまで、デイチャートのトップまで狙いましょうねと。
You can see the day chart top is right here, 84.78. Alright, so there's only about 35
84.78 でした。84.78ですね。
pips in there, but there is 35 good pips. Alright, there you go. Aussie yen. Aussie yen looks like they put the bottom in, folks. It really does look like they put the bottom in, but I can't be sure yet. I'm still inside the desert, so for now I'm just not interested in trading inside the desert. Alright, so if we come down here and we bounce and keep going up like this, once we break out of here, we're going to be a buyer up here. But if it does break out down here and goes to the downside, our target is down here. It's a big trade down here. We don't want to miss that trade if we get the opportunity.
オージェンです。10分チャート。まあどうやらこれボトムをつけてきたように見えるよねと。But I'm not sure yet と。まだよくわかんないけど、まあボトムをつけたように見えますと。で、もしこれ上がってきたら、この跳ね返りで取っていきたいね。上のターゲットまで。で、ブレイクしてきたら、この下のターゲットまで取りたいね。で、do not wanna miss this trade って言ってますね。
Big wide open space right there. That's where you want to trade it.
Big wide open space. Big wide open space. まあとても広いスペースありますよね。取っていきたいよねって言ってますね。
Euro pound. Euro pound is coming up pretty strong. All right. We can't trade this down in this area right here. If it makes a turn, we could trade it down, and our next target is all the way down here to 83.75 right here. All right. But if they break this line here, then we could go all the way up and fill this gap up here that has not been filled. And that's all the way up to here, up near the top of the trend wall. All right. So you want to kind of stay away from this one unless you get the turn. If you get the
ユーロポンドはちょっと、stay out of it ちょっとやりたくないよねと言ってまして、まあこの上にブレイクしてきたらこの上のターゲットを狙ってくると思うんですけど、まあもしこれ反転してきたら売ってもいいんですけど、ちょっとそれまでやりたくないよねと。
Turn to the downside, you want that trade right there. If it breaks up in here, you got nothing. Right. Euro Aussie already broken to the downside, and we're looking to see if we can get a continuation. Again, we're looking for this trade right here below 22.74 down to this target here and this target. This target was not taken out, so this is still viable here. So it could go only that far, or it could pull this extra
ユーロ王子です。これサイン来てましたね。
10, 15 tips out right here. So we're going to be interested on the break back down below the 74.
まあこれは下にブレイクしてきたらこのターゲット2つを目指しましょうって言ってますね。
Alright. To the downside to the F7. Alright. Euro CAD making a move to the upside. Alright. That was a bear flag that got broken, and then they're back inside it. Everybody see that? This is why we were looking for a sell here, and we never got it. They came all the way back in, and now we're up here inside this bull flag. Bear flag. Now, if this does not come to the downside, then this is no longer a bear flag. This is the start of a new trend to the upside. Right. So let's take this to a 240 and see what it looks like. You know, there's a really hard set of twins right there where they've really done it. They really said, this could be it. All right. So I'd be really leery of this trade at this point, because it's a bear flag in a downtrend, but it's exhibiting behavior as if it is reversing. All right. So be cautious on it. CAD yen, we're waiting for all of them.
ユーロカナダはちょっと気をつけなくちゃいけないですよねと。とても強いトゥインキャンドル出てますし、まあベアフラッグがフェイクでしたよねと。なので気をつけなくちゃいけないと。
Do the bounce. Some of them started to do the bounce. This looks like it started to do the bounce. We'll be a trader above 93.42. We'll be a buyer.
カナダ円スタートバウンス、跳ね返ってきています。93円40銭より上で買っていきたいねと。続いて9円。
New Zealand yen, we're very close here. And as you can see, we're in a wedge, so we don't do anything in a wedge. We wait. But above here, we're looking. This target's already taken out right here. So is the R4. Our next target is all the way up here. So we're wanting to, if we get a breakout and you're above 79.15 right here, you want to be trading it up to there. All right. Then break above the 79.65. Right up in here. Gotta watch these tops here. It depends on the real estate. You may get a trade here up to the 37. May.
9円はウェッジにあって上にブレイクしてきたら96いくつ79.65って言ってましたね。7965より 7965までとりあえず買って、それをブレイクしてきたらさらに上っていう感じですねと。
Time is in, we're waiting for it to continue to the downside. It's already exceeded its ATR, so probably isn't going to happen. And but we can see that that is the bottom, not a bottom, but the bottom. So they may just say, okay, that's it, and go right back to the top. So you're going to have a very clear signal to the downside to trade this. The next target is the F6 all the way down here. This is an unsustainable trend, folks. And look at all the times when you see unsustainable trends, what do? They bring them back up. Here's one that's unsustainable upside, they take it back down. That's unsustainable down, they take it back up. Okay? See that? Unsustainable down, they take it back up. See that? That's the nature of this currency. So what do we got? Unsustainable downside, what should we expect them to do? Bring it back up. See that? So we'll expect them to bring it back up. We get up in here, maybe we'll get a trade back down to the downside, which will give us this one again and this one again in the future.
ポンドニュージーです。もう ATR 結構今日の分は使っちゃってるんですけど、まあ戻って押し目売りをしていきたいよねっていう感じですね。
Alright. Another thing is, if it comes all the way back up here like this, turns, it comes back out, and fails to go down here lower, we'll have a big inverse head and shoulders. That becomes a neckline, and that would be the trade up there. Alright, so it's got a lot of, it has to travel a lot of.
まあ逆のヘッダーのショルダーも見えてるのでかもしれないので、まあそれを気をつけたいよねって言ってますね。
Distance here, so that's all there is to it. Silver, it's taken out the weekly trend. It may go lower, folks. May go way lower. So I'm just.
銀ですけどもまだまだ下がるかもしれませんと。
I'm down here at 26.21. We're at 27.54. That's another 130 pips. So if you get a clean break in the weekly trend line here, Victor knows it would be like that across the pond. You may want to trade it down to there. And it would be a double bottom up for the bounce. What are they doing dollars? They're buying dollars. So, pound cheap, going to the downside. Alright. If we get a break of this bottom here, we're going to be interested in this big trade down here. This is a big opportunity, folks. So we don't want to miss this trade to the downside. We're in a downtrend.
ポンドフランです。これビッグトレードって言ってます。ここの間は絶対逃したくないねっていうことで、これ確かまあトレードアラート来てたと思うんですけども、また見てみてください。
We take the support out right here, and we break, hook, and go. We're going down to 42.64. We're currently at 43.34. So a big 80-90 pip trade right there. So we're very interested in that one. Keep watching that, especially tonight. Pound Aussie, again, nice smooth move, nice smooth currency here, as you can see. All right, so is this really a downtrend? Right now, it's showing us it's a downtrend, but it could bounce right straight back up into this, and this would be an uptrend. So we'll put it on here. It's a working trend. It's not blue on purpose because I don't know that it is yet. We'll take it up here where we can. And this is probably maybe.
ポンド王子です。ダウントレンドですけど、もしかしたら今アップトレンドになるかもしれません。これワーキングトレンドと言います。で、だからこれ白い線でやってて青い線じゃないんですけど、まあこれちょっと怪しいですよねと。
Possibly be just a false breakout to get this going, in which case we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright. Thank you, Victor. And down to the bottom of the box here, yeah. If we do continue the downside, we have broken, we got to take the support out. Everybody see the support, it's got to be taken out. That's what negates this up move, and they haven't done that. Once they break, that's our trade down to the day chart bottom at 43.81. We've already been there, so we can certainly get there again. Alright, that's what we see, folks. I'll see all of you tomorrow morning. Be careful. Don't forget tomorrow is the a lot of rate announcements down there, changes. And we got Aussie tonight again at 19:30. Alright, and tomorrow morning we get a look at the non-farm payroll. It's a sneak preview on the ADP. We'll see what happens on that. Alright, so it'll be flat in the morning at 7:15. Alright. Alright, everybody. We'll see you later. Have a great day.
はい、というわけで、今日のセッションリキャップ、ここまでです。で、今日はあともう15分後ぐらいですよね、貿易収支、王子ありまして、明日は ADP の雇用統計のクイックプレビューがありますし、なので明日っていうか、明日ですね、今日の夜ですか今日の夜ですね、ここ ADP。今日の夜にはこの B フラットって言ってましたから、気をつけて、トレードしていきたいなと思います。それでは今日もどうもありがとうございました。失礼します。